fire. It's on the... Ah! He made it! Oh my...
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
I saw Forrester Camp when I was at school. It said health science, and I'm like really interested in medicine.
I was really set on nursing, but I didn't know any else like biology, chemistry, things like that. So health science was able to broaden my spectrum and learn more things in the science world.
It's opened my mind to a lot of things in the medical field. I'm definitely taking away a lot of knowledge that I didn't have before. Also a lot of new friends.
I was also kind of hesitant because like I'm an introvert, but I got some new friends.
There isn't just like one set biology you can do, from microbiology to biochemistry. So knowing my options is something that I'm gonna take away.
I'm wanting to learn about health sciences and like God is all through health. Like God created all of us. That's pretty freaking cool.
One of the greatest opportunities I've had for my profession in the future.
If you're interested in something, or if you want to go to college, or if you want to make friends, go.
Action. A program like this is absolutely critical. Just the perfect place to hone your craft. That's what I think a program like this is for. And it is a really valuable experience for your resumes. So yeah, I think it's incredible. I don't think that there's really any other place that you're going to get this kind of an experience.
Teaching in a classroom is just different than teaching in a living classroom kind of an environment.
Being on a feature film, you know, you're immersing yourself in a month worth of work, of 18 continuous days of filming. But it's a full-time job. In so many ways, I think this is the first time many of our students have actually had this opportunity and get the training to what it's like to work full-time for our graduates as they enter the workforce. To be able to put on a resume, yeah, I've worked on 1 or 2 feature films. That's amazing.
So Lance and Webb opened the whole capstone track, and at first we were all very hesitant about it, thinking of like, oh, how are we going from a student film to a feature film? But I think this is probably one of the most rewarding things I've done in the last 4 years, especially my senior year.
It's almost like you forget that you guys are students, which is absolutely amazing, you know?
It's been a really cool environment of like soaking in. I feel like everybody's just a sponge and they're trying to take as much in as they can. It's been a really positive environment because of that.
And it is run like a professional set. So I don't see that much difference.
I felt really privileged to be around people who were
in that phase of their life and their career to be learning like such important stuff, but such important moments in their education.
This feels like it's all part of the community, like the school, the town.
And I think Huntington as a whole, from the university to the county, is really realizing what HU is doing through the DMA, from making a feature almost every summer now to moving into every other summer to make sure they want to make the best product that comes out of this town.
The industry can be a really mean place, but it doesn't have to be. And I think that I learned here with Matt and Lance's model that even if there's one person on set that can follow a model like they have, it can make a difference.
I love that our students get to see that we can make stories that are not explicitly about faith. The way in which we make it can be a reflection of what we believe and why we do what we do.
Kind of the beginning of something super, super special, and everybody knows it's special, but I don't think we've even begun to see the full potential of where Forrester Film is going to be in the next 5, 10, 15 years. I can't wait to see where it goes.
Here is head coach Darby Maggers, Huntington University Foresters. A 6'1" sophomore center, number 44, Liv Rady. At one guard for Coach Maggers, 5'4" senior, number 32, Gabby Milby. At one forward for the Foresters, 6'1" sophomore, number 24, Annika Nelson. In the backcourt, 5'5" sophomore, number 12, Peyton Hartsoe. And rounding out the Foresters starting lineup, 5'9" sophomore guard, number 1, Bailey Kellum. Coach Maggard's assisted by Dee Dee Maggard, Joanne Green, and Deja Drake. The managers are Jill Reversma and Leah Willison. It's our privilege this evening to have three talented officials, Jeff Mich, Charles Smith, and Jessica Harrison. Ladies, let's play ball. out of bounds to the Foresters. Substitutions for the Warriors, 10, 3, and 33. That'd be Shahad Bakar, number 10. Carmen Lowry, number 3. And Tambray Williams, number 33. Reports into the Foresters lineup. It'll be Forester ball on the end line. a timeout on the floor. At this time, we would like to take a moment to honor a remarkable member of the Huntington University community, none other than business professor Troy Eyring. Troy has dedicated most of his life to Huntington County, showcasing not only his academic excellence, but also his unwavering.
This is how we like to do it.
It'll be Warriors ball on the baseline following the media timeout. Three-point puck is good by Ashley Rue. That puck is good by Bailey Kellum. Reports in for the Foresters, along with number 33, Addie Shea. Foresters ball. that's a Warriors timeout on the floor. This will be a 30-second timeout. That's the end of the first quarter.
Feature filmmaking is going to be able to help us students make student films better, stronger. We have to keep our responsibility and be respectful to everyone, no matter what we're doing, where it's still there on student films, but it's really pushed on these features because you have to be responsible, and if something's not done, that falls back on you. And I think that's really showing people whether or not they can handle this industry or not.
I spend a lot of time observing everything around me and taking in what it looks like for a professional to be doing something in their field, which, you know, none of us have ever experienced to have not been on one of these. Like, we've only ever experienced amateur student film level.
I'd really like to see that a lot of the sophomores and juniors that were on the capstone film really take what they learned and apply that to their films.
Just having
Melanie Moore, Ashley Loon, and Devine Rodriguez. 3-point bucket stood by Milo Halls. Three-pointer good for the Foresters, Tegan Akers. With the Warrior bucket. Basket's good by Gabby Melby. Annika Nelson returns to the Forester lineup. Gabby will be at the line to complete the three-point play. We've got a forced personal foul on number 30, Tegan Akers. Bailey Kellum returns to the Forester lineup. Melanie Moore at the line for the Warriors. Grace Sullivan reports into the Forester lineup. It'll be Warriors ball in the backcourt. Personal foul, number 1, Bailey Kellum. It'll place Melanie Moore at the line, shooting 2. Hartzell returns to the Forester lineup. It'll be Forester ball on the baseline. J.C. Summers, and we've got a timeout on the floor. Coming up at halftime, we've got a couple exciting things going tonight. The Lab Dental Triple Shot Challenge and our Halloween costume contest. You won't want to exit the arena for those two things.
John Thomas, and I am a game master for D&D. I got into D&D from some mutual friends my sophomore year of college, and we played a super janky, completely messed up game, and it was a blast. From that moment on, I fell in love. For a while though, I didn't have anybody to play with, so I was like, what do I do? I looked online, I started listening to podcasts. As fun as listening to those podcasts were, I really wanted to play, but I had nobody to play with. I thought to myself, why don't I just
complete the three-point play. Carmen Lowry returns to the Warriors lineup. It'll be Forster's ball. Number 32, Gabby Melby, returns to the Foresters lineup. It'll be Foresters ball. Demi Rodriguez returns to the Warriors lineup. It'll be Forrester's ball. Returns to the Forrester's lineup. There's a personal foul on that play of number 3, Carmen Lowry. Forrester's ball.
The injured lawyers at Blackburn know how to make a difference in your life. We work hard to earn your trust.
Family is very important. That's why you take care of your family, friends, and neighbors.
We have the resources, the lawyers, and staff to fight for the biggest concerns. They know that.
Be smart. Call Blackburn Lawyers. Trusted injury lawyers. Help today.
I've been interested in animation since I was really young, and movies have always been my favorite.
Heard about it from my dad. He had saw that they're having an animation camp. I told him that I want to go.
So my photography made me interested in working with cameras, and that's what I want to do.
It was a camp that had so much to offer, like everything I was interested in, it was being taught here and stuff.
The knowledge of animation,
how it works and getting better at it so I can pursue my future career. And I've always just kind of been interested in this for so long, it was like I couldn't really pass it up. And I have learned those things, like professional things, things that I would not be able to do at home.
Some of my favorite experiences were like, just getting out and talking to people with similar interests, people who are passionate with like the same thing that you're passionate with.
My name is Nicholas Archer.
Bree Allgaier, I am a sophomore.
I'm a junior, a worship ministry major.
I'm double majoring in youth ministry and theology, and I am on Livingston 3rd.
And I'm on Ray 2nd. I have this position, and I get to meet once a week with my floor to talk about God and stuff. And of course, you can minister without having a title like that. It's just opened up a bunch of doors with guys just because they view me as a spiritual leader. So they get to come to me, and I'm very blessed and humbled by that.
Having a spiritual leader in people's lives is just an important thing to have. So we get to build relationships with so many different types of people. Even if they're not necessarily a Christian, we get to show the love of Jesus. And if the person doesn't want to talk about Jesus, it's nice because we're not forced to talk about Jesus to them. But also just being someone on the floor that girls know that they can come and talk to, whether it's spiritual, personal needs, or any other questions. And I've been able to speak truth into them, which has been really, really nice.
God is just moving in revival. It's as simple as that. People are starting to encounter Him more. People are hungrier. People are seeking His face. God's just ready to pour out His Spirit, and He's been doing that. I do shower devotionals. So when the guys are taking a shower, I put a devotional in there so when they're washing, they can read it. And I've had a lot of good conversations come out of that.
A lot of people on this campus come from broken homes, and a lot of people come from other countries, and just being able to be seen as someone that loves Jesus and someone that desires to lead people is just incredible, because that's something I want to do for the rest of my life, to lead people.
I feel that I've grown more in leadership being a Sojourner. I mean, you're leading people every Thursday and basically every day, which has been really, really cool. Very blessed, very, very, very blessed.
I could have just been rambling, but I don't know.
Hello, I'm John Thomas, and I am a game master for D&D. I got into D&D from some mutual friends my sophomore year of college, and we played a super janky, completely messed up game, and it was a blast. From that moment on, I fell in love. For a while though, I didn't have anybody to play with, so I was like, what do I do? I looked online, I started listening to podcasts. As fun as listening to those podcasts were, I really wanted to play, but I had nobody to play with. I thought to myself, why don't I just see if anybody I know would want to play? And that's when I asked these guys back here if they wanted to play D&D with me and let me be their game master, and now we've been playing for almost a year and a half. As much as it is about playing the game and having fun playing the game, more than anything, it's about getting together and maintaining that friendship and just connecting, catching up on life, talking through things that we're going through. A great way to have a good time with your friends.
Forester camps is making new friends.
A great way to explore different opportunities.
Great way to experience life here at Huntington University. I looked into OTA and it looked like a lot what I wanted to do, but I still wasn't really sure what all it was.
But I did know that I did want to be in the medical field, but I don't really have a stomach for blood. This was a different way to be able to help people physically, but not have to open them up.
Since it's a smaller place, everyone knows each other. They can invest time in each other.
This would be a great way to learn about it and see what it is.
So I saw how life-changing that can be, and it made me want to do that.
Forester Camp is fellowship.
To me, Forester Camp is like engaging.
To me, Forester Camp was inspiring.
I hoped that I would be able to make more friends who have not really been around much.
How I describe this camp is pretty chill and like fun.
And it's fun too. It's something that like people can be engaged in and have a great time, but also still learn life lessons and lessons about the Bible, kind of see the world from a different perspective.
Fun every single day, and you meet a lot of new people. It's pretty judgment-free because everyone's all in the same boat.
You don't really have anything to lose by coming to the camp. I think a lot of people are scared to take that risk. I could promise you that you wouldn't be bored or not have a good time here.
Something only happens one time in the universe. It never happens exactly the same. So like, you better take your opportunity while you can.
It's too late, no going back. Olympiad is about to begin.
also 0-1. They played scrimmage as well against D1 Oakland. Back and forth to start, but the Foresters pulled away there in the second quarter.
Yeah, absolutely, and the way they were able to pull away, as you and I were watching from the sidelines as spectators, something we're not used to, is shooting a lot of threes. They were hitting a lot of threes. They took a lot. I mean, I think they're shooting around 40% when I checked. They're playing very well overall and shooting the lights out from three, and that has allowed them to get up 15.
HU will start with the basketball. Once again, we apologize for that first half, but we're ready to roll here for the second half. HU made 11 threes in the first 20 minutes of the game. Bailey Kellum had a couple of them. She'll start the second half with a trip to the charity stripe. Kellum had 9 points in the first game of the year against Indiana Tech. She had 9 in that first half. All 7 of her shots from behind the arc. First free throw of the night is up and in. She leads the way with 10 for both sides.
And I'm expecting a big year from Bailey Kellum this year. I mean, last year she was absolutely dynamic as a freshman, and now she has a year of experience under her belt, and with the growing chemistry she has with this team, as a lot of the same core, except for like players like Emily Sebo are back. I expect her to have a really uptick season, maybe even average in the 20-point range from 17 last season.
The Foresters had a really spread out offense in that first half. Talked about Kellum, who now has 11. Peyton Harso tossed in 9. Yoakum and Melby both had 6. As the Warriors try to get back on track here offensively. Swing it to the right side. Had a good first half was Alls, who throws it inside. Driving, Rodriguez, she scores plus the harm. And Rodriguez has really got her offense going. She's now up to 7 with 1 more coming at the stripe.
Well, the Warriors have really struggled to get inside the paint in that first half, and she has been one of the few players on this team that's been able to penetrate the Forester defensive line to get into that painted area, which is where their coach has been yelling for them to play from, as they want to play from the paint to the three-point line. As you see another steal there and another bucket.
Rodriguez has the last 5 for the Warriors. This game getting a little tighter as this full court press is bringing pressure against HU. Kellum quickly to Raby. She had it stripped away, but it looks like it was Rodriguez who had a hold of that left arm. So Liv Raby will take a trip to the free throw line. Fast pace to this game in this first half, up and down. That's what Coach Jared Ocampo wanted from his team. We heard him yelling out instructions. They started in a zone. Now they're showing HU a little bit of a different look with the full court pressure as Raby gets the roll. Raby was tabbed as a second-team all-conference player to start the year in the preseason news. He has 4 points and 9 rebounds, add 2 assists already tonight. She's going to be a good player here in her sophomore season.
Yeah, absolutely. To have 2 sophomores in Kellum and Raby. Raby, who had some inconsistencies last year where there were some games where she would score 20 plus and grab 10 rebounds, and there were other games like right there with a block where she just did not play very well. And I think that she's looking for some more consistency, and she could be a great player.
Kellum was grabbed there as she helps up the player that committed the foul, Ashley Loon. This pressure from Coach Ocampo's team is really causing some issues for HU right now. They're having a hard time getting it across that 10-second line at the moment, and they got to take care of the basket. Sometimes last year, the Foresters had these big leads in games, and then teams would apply pressure. The Indiana Wesleyan game we did last year, HU with a big lead, the pressure came, they kind of folded. This year, these players are older, wiser, and we'll see if they can handle it tonight.
Yeah, that's always been a weakness that they had last season, and this team's looking to implement that and try and see if that's still a weakness this season.
Maybe too strong with the shot. Alls hands it off to the left side. Now going to work Loon. Goes back to Alls. Kicks it over to Rodriguez, who's had the hot hand. Inside, wide open look, and the easy bucket goes down. That's Mulaney Moore, who knocks that one in. And a couple of really tall players on this roster. One for the Foresters, right back with Raby scoring an easy 2.
And that's something the Foresters could do if they can get it up the court, is they're having a 2-on-1 chance to score every time they get down the floor with all the pressure that the Warriors are putting on them right now.
Rodriguez good with the 14-footer. She's cooking here in this second half. She's been responsible for a handful of these points already, and the pressure leads to another foul. That is now already the 4th on the guest. One more will be free throws the rest of this third quarter. There's almost 8 minutes left in this quarter at the moment.
And that's the problem with playing aggressively. Refs are more likely to call fouls on an aggressive team. So you got to really be careful with how much you reach and how much you have your hands on the defender trying to stop them. And right there, just did a little bit too much.
Melby finds Raby. That connection's worked on back-to-back drives down the court, and Raby starting to get some easy looks. Melby really playing well as the point guard tonight. She's up to 7 assists. Left side drive, strong there. Melby's going to be called for the blocking foul. That was Emily Lockey heading to the hoop. She had 2 points in that first half. You see Melby here just not moving in front, not in a legal guarding position. She gets whistled for her first.
She's usually a great defender. I mean, that's one of the things they love about Gabi Melby is her ability to defend, as well as, like you said, she has a 7 assists and lead this team, be the floor general for this offense. And last year we saw her in the earlier part of the season, like, be a huge part of their scoring with averaging almost 20, but she's taken more of a playmaker role.
3-ball, top of the key. That one's too strong off the back iron. It doesn't fall for Loon. Last year, she played an extremely vital role for this team, 5.6 points per game. She shot the 3 well in their first game against Marion, who's always one of the top teams in women's basketball. Melby, the facilitator tonight, finds Nelson. She won't get an assist if that goes down. It doesn't. It's blocked away. And now the Warriors out in transition. Rodriguez looking to stay hot. That one's way too strong. And now to play, the Foresters will grab possession. Rodriguez, limping over here towards the sideline. Not a good sign. She's had a really nice start to this second half. And now she's going to have to take a seat as Riley Place will replace her. So that is not what Coach Ocampo wanted to say. That's been, without a doubt, their best player here to start this second half.
Well, she's had the aggression and she's provided a spark that has given this Warriors offense a little bit of life here. And to see that snubbed out by what seems to be an injury is a tough break.
Wide open Melby fires a 3, and it's nothing but the net as Melby is starting to cook on offense right now. 9 points, 7 assists, looking for an early season double-double here tonight in the home opener.
She's very capable of it. She is a great player and one of the leaders of this Forester squad.
Handoff Place, first touch since she's been in the match. Grace Christian team moving the ball well. Foresters keeping them outside the arc. Now a shot will go from the left wing, just strong, look good from this angle, but Lockey can't find the touch. The freshman comes up empty, and the Foresters will make a change. Kendall Yoakum going to check in for Peyton Hartsoe. She had a nice first half as well, Ryan. Knocked down 2 of 5 from behind the arc.
And that's what they want her to do. Yoakum is a shooter. That is what she comes onto the floor to do, and she did that. All of her shots came from 3, and that's where they want her, and she's shooting 40% on the game and having a nice night.
Nelson was bumped, but was able to get possession back. Raby top of the key inside. Kellum doesn't do a lot of work inside and shot that one a little too strong. Tambry Williams pulls down the board. She's an incredible rebounder, Ryan. 10 rebounds in the first 2 games of the season. 10 apiece, I should say. So she knows how to collect those misses inside on the offense and defensive end. Nice move, too strong. That one came off the right hand of Summers. Kellum wants to push the pace. He does that to Raby, who catches and scores with the left.
And when your center runs, you got to reward them there, and she does right there with Raby. Got the perfect pass, and Raby is feasting on the fast break right now.
Long shot, no good from Place, and now the Warriors on a little bit of an offensive drought. HU has pushed their lead to 19 here with 5 minutes left in this third quarter. The next break will take us to our first media timeout of the second half. We'll take a break with them when we get there. So thankful to be on the air, Ryan. We missed that whole first half, but kudos to all the students in the back and Jonathan Peters, who worked hard, all the staff here at HU to get us back on the air. We'll continue to iron those out as we get later into basketball season. Melby looks like she's all ironed out at the moment. Her game is fresh.
That is a pretty move from Gabi Melby. The nice Euro step right past 2 defenders and an easy one inside.
continues to find ways into those tight areas and scores at the rim. That one was once again too strong from downtown. Shank, the freshman, turned it over.
Wow.
Nelson with the rejection. Here comes Melby again. Favorite teammate, favorite shooter. Kellum too strong. Offensive rebound by Yoakum. She's hacked and will head to the charity stripe. And we will head to a media time out, I believe. We will, yeah. 55-34. We'll be right back on FDN Sports for some Huntington hoops.
We've got a media timeout, and it's time to announce our costume contest winner. Having on good authority that Batman was the selection of our judges tonight. Batman.
Hi, I'm Kevin.
My name's Allie.
Micah Gilliam.
What has your passion project been this year semester?
So over the summer, I shot a mockumentary called The Ballad of Mr. Cokes.
My friends and I started a podcast called 2.5.
So I had the opportunity a few months ago to go to Jamaica with Huntington, and so that was like my big project in May.
And it's just really fun being able to use the equipment that Huntington University provided us, and we're able to do something that I feel like a lot of people our age kind of joke about, and we're able to have a podcast.
Because Huntington is very production focused, I think you have so many just so much equipment at your disposal, and I think it allows, at least for me, it kind of sparks an interest to kind of just be like, hey, I want to learn how to use this, and I want to use that for my own projects.
I think probably just creating a video in another country and just a documentary like that. I always wanted to do that, and it was really crazy because just out of my freshman year I was able to do that. And I think that's something that's really unique about Huntington, is that you can create your passion projects just right out of the gate your freshman year.
The freedom of being able to access equipment was a huge factor of me coming to Huntington University. It made me feel like my creativity was being pushed, and that it was something that they really valued, and that it wasn't just school, and that they really cared about what I was creating and me as an artist.
And our player to watch here tonight, Ryan, has been Gabi Melby, and for good reason. We just saw her score on that last possession. She's now got 11 points, 7 assists, 3 rebounds. Real catalyst right now on the offensive end as Yoka misses her first free throw of the season. Rimmed off, and now Kendall will get a second chance. Kendall, known as a dead-eye shooter. As soon as she came in the game, Coach Ocampo was letting his team know that's a shooter, and she knocked down a few in that first half. Unable to knock down either one of the freebies. Right side, Place, who came in because of an injury. Fall away, nice touch there off the glass as that one goes down for J.C. Summers. That's one of their best players. She did not have a great first game. She had as many as 33 in a game, though, last year.
Yeah, that was a pretty play. Got the nice fadeaway. That's exactly what Coach Ocampo wants to see.
Yoakum, shooter we were just talking about, misses that one. She hasn't had the touch yet tonight, but she hit a lot of big threes for this Foresters team, and HU set a school record for three-pointers last year in a season, and they're maybe looking to break that this year. Coach Darby Maggard was a really good three-point shooter in her time as a player, both right up the road in Fort Wayne, Canterbury, and then in college as well. She wants her team to fire the long shots.
Yeah, you can tell her background. You can see her background and what kind of player she was through her coaching style, and her coaching style is fire those threes away as much as you can.
Foresters take it away. The turnovers have cost Rochester Christian a little bit tonight. Now Kendra Sheets from Columbia City finds Yoakum, who still can't find the range. Pulled down by Mulaney Moore. Quick move down the field, handed off. Right underneath the rim, no good, and then a foul call. Looks like it might go on Addie Shank. It will, and it'll be free throws for Moore, who's starting to become a real weapon on the offensive boards.
Yeah, she's been getting a lot of offensive rebounds and giving them second chance opportunities, and it's good to see number 22, Demi Rodriguez, back on the floor. It looked like she may have gotten injured before the break, but she seems to be back and healthy, which is good for Rochester as they need her energy.
Been really good in this second half, and When you saw her go out, you were a little nervous. She's been the clear leader on the offensive end for the Warriors. 5 for 12. She's got 12 points, 3 rebounds to go along with it. Both free throws not good. There's Rodriguez right on cue as she gets another easy 2. Been hard to stop her. Outside, inside, she's finding ways to get it done.
You can tell she prefers to play from the inside. She's getting a lot of buckets in close, and the Foresters have yet to find a way to stop her.
Kellum through a few defenders, misses it with the left hand. Miss was pulled down by Cameron Lowry. Haven't called her name much. We'll call it again as she's blocked on the three-point shot. And now HU again keeping up with this fast style. Left corner, Yoakum has missed her last 2 attempts, swings it across, and it was just tipped by Rodriguez. The Foresters will keep the ball.
How about Rodriguez running from almost the paint there to hit that ball and almost got a steal for a transition or bucket. That is a heads-up play from Rodriguez.
Rodriguez has been all over the place, especially offensively, but now defensively. She gets back into the set. Nice back cut. Yoakum at the rim this time.
And the defense is expecting her to go out to that three-point line, so when she does those backdoor cuts, it can be very deadly for the Foresters. And you see right there, got an easy one underneath.
That one lobbed inside, another steal. Heading back the other way, the Foresters quick, freshman to freshman. Shank bumped with the left hand. She'll head to the charity stripe and shoot 2 3-1s to try to put the Foresters up 20.
And this was a big pickup for the Foresters in the after last season, having Shank to back up Olivia Raby, who last year they didn't really have a true center to back up Olivia Raby, and so a lot of times they were playing a lot of small ball, getting bullied inside, out rebounded. So to be able to have another big player inside is really big for this Foresters squad, and she's showing her importance right now.
Addie Shank at 6 foot tall. She just won a state championship last year at Bishop Lures. 3 points, 4 rebounds in that title game. 6 points in the opener against a really good Indiana Tech team. So good experience here early for the freshman. Rodriguez has stayed busy and she stayed scoring as she has another tough one, this time on the left side with the right hand.
She just moved her defender out of the way for the bucket there. That was an impressive finish.
He's up to 14 now. Clearly the leader offensively right now for the Warriors. Foresters back to work. Freshman skipping it to senior. That's Kendra Sheets getting some serious time. Shank, the other freshman, good move, couldn't get the finish. Second attempt, too strong. Missed back-to-back good looks at the rim. Ashley Loon ahead. It's knocked away from the cutting Rodriguez. Sheets knew that she couldn't leave her any longer. She's continued to score as this third quarter moves along.
Sheets is a really good backup playmaker for this team as well, and a pretty good defender. She's taken up a little bit Rodriguez and almost got a steal right there.
Almost right on cue as Loon passes this one to Summers. She's had that mid-range shot working. That time rims in and out. Melby with all that speed working downhill. Sheets shoots a long one, leaves it short. Pulled down by Place for the Warriors. Rodriguez feeling it, launches another one and connects again.
She is feeling it on the offensive end, and there does not seem to be anything the Foresters could do to slow her down.
She's a transfer from Schoolcraft College. It's her first year with the program. She only had 3 points and did not make a field goal against Miriam. Well, tonight it's a different story as Melby continues to be a playmaker, and Shank finally gets one to go at the rim.
That's her 8th assist of the evening, and a beautiful finish from Shank there. And the Foresters rolling.
Shank puts up the 59th and 60th point of the night. That is just 3 points for her. She's going to be a really good player inside, a post position player. It's going to take her some time to kind of get a feel, but she's playing some real minutes as a freshman right now behind Raby.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And with Raby being your only real paint scorer from last season, to have that backup player who can also score in the paint is huge, as that gives you another dynamic of how to attack the opposing team.
Loon will work against Sheets. The shot clock and game clock nearly synced up, maybe 0.5 separates them.
I think they're going to get to Rodriguez here.
Off the dribble, gets it back. Sheets knocks it out. Shot clock goes off, and they're going to give this to the Foresters, I believe. Wait and see if that one hit the floor first. Either way, I think there'd be about 0.2, 0.3 seconds left, and looks like it's going to be a shot clock violation. Foresters will have to go all 94 in 1 second. They won't do that, but they will take an 18-point lead to the fourth quarter. We'll take a break with them. Huntington up big when we come back. Really nice crowd here on Halloween. We just had the Halloween costume contest. We talked about dressing up, Ryan. Neither one of us came prepared. And
I was not able to make it to Walmart to buy a costume.
It was too busy. We had to figure everything else going on. So
well, how about your daughter winning second place?
Yeah, Braylon Sue got second place. She was dressed as a pig here tonight, right behind me. And for the Foresters, they're winning right now as well. Not a contest or a costume contest, but they're winning on the court. A big reason why is because of Bailey Kellum knocking down some freebies, but also the Foresters have been really balanced tonight. Rodriguez is about the only one that has kind of kept Grace Christian within striking distance, but it's going to take a big fourth quarter from them to come back in this one now.
Well, the Warriors need someone else to show up on the offensive end. I mean, as on defense, they really haven't been that bad, as the Foresters have just had some really easy transition offense that the Warriors are giving up by that pressure that allowed the Foresters to just run, and Olivia Raby scored 8 in a row off of these transition buckets that the Warriors should not have been giving up. But they need someone else besides Rodriguez to score, because when you have a player like this who's scoring, you can't win the game of 1v5, and that's what it is right now. It's a Forester 5v1.
So the Warriors will have 10 minutes to make up 18 points. It'll be a tall task, but they did show some pressure that gave the Foresters some early troubles in that third quarter. Story right now, and the story most of last year, the Foresters have knocked down 12 three-pointers. They continue to shoot it at a high clip. Rodriguez still feeling it. That time she finally misses one off the left side of the rim. Annika Nelson, one of these sophomore core players, brings it across. Melby will slow it down. Gabi has been the facilitator this evening. She's got it back. Senior, in and out dribble, finds Nelson. Thought about the long two. Back to the leader, Gabi, who is called for a travel.
Ooh.
Didn't agree with it, but she got called for
it. Rodriguez was, I saw her say that that is not a travel, and I think the ref saw a little bit too much there. Warriors wanted a timeout.
Timeout comes from Jared Ocampo. It's just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. 9:18 left in the fourth quarter. Okay, I think we're actually going to take a media timeout. So usually it's under the 5, but we're going to take a media timeout with the players on the court. 61-43 when we come back.
My first Lego set when I was maybe 5 or 6, and I kind of just fell in love with them from there. I played with them up until I was about 12, and then I had like a big break. Around my senior year of high school, I was in like a dark place in my life, so I decided I'm gonna buy 3 Lego sets, and I just kind of hopped right back into it. I do sell some of my collection, but currently I have a collection worth about $3,000. When I was a kid, I really wanted the Lego Batman video game Killer Moth, but they never made that as like an actual figure. Now that I'm an adult, I've kind of just been patching up those holes where it's like they still don't make it, but other people will make customs of it. So just kind of buying those old figures that I used to really want as a kid. My real goal is eventually to one day sell all of the expensive ones that I have to make like a big purchase, like a car. Just using this thing that brought me joy as a child, and then eventually moving on from it to grow myself as a person.
Back here for the final 9-18. The Foresters up big. And Ryan, we talked about the three-point shooting all of last year. Well, that's carried over again this year. Already 12 made threes. We saw the men's team go for 23 made threes in their opening game. Tonight, not quite as many for HU, but still some time to do it.
Well, and comparing the two teams from last year, the women's team shot so many more threes than the men's team. The men's team did a lot of their work in the paint. I mean, of course, when you have a player like Zach Goodline, who's really good at driving and getting the lob to Landon, good. But this Forester women's side really loves the three-pointers. They really like the inside paint score right there. That was a beautiful shot.
Nice set play there by Coach Ocampo. Big-to-big pass. Williams found Moore, as Raby's fouled down low. Loon got her across the arm. That was a really nice play right out of the break. You talk about plays right after the timeout. You draw those up in there. You got to get some momentum. You know, it's a 16-point lead, but you start to think if the Warriors can start knocking down some long ones, there's a chance they can still get back into this game.
Well, and getting those buckets right off the timeout is really big, and that's why coaches like to get those quick buckets. They don't like to use much of the shot clock. They just want to kind of blindside the other team with a quick score, and they did that there to perfection.
Nice sign there for the Foresters as Raby drops in both free throws. I love that we have the stats now up in front of us on the big board as well. She's up to 12 on the night. 9 rebounds and 2 assists for the sophomore from Loveland, Ohio. Trying to work inside again. Williams caught the loose ball. It's rebounded by her teammate Moore, and she's fouled. It's the first Forester foul of the fourth. And it'll be a throw-in underneath the Warriors' own basket. I'm telling you, this Warriors team's not far removed from winning their conference tournament just 2 years ago, and they were 14 and 15 last year. They've got a lot of good pieces. This is Coach Ocampo's second year. This is one of the best pieces as Summers knocks down a long one.
And they want her to start attacking a lot more on offense. We saw a really nice mid-range game that she was playing earlier in the game, and now a quick three, and she can get hot. This adds another dynamic to this Warriors offense.
Melby nearly had one of those classic Gabi Melby drive and scores plus the foul. This time she'll just have 2 free throws instead. We'll wait for her to go to the line. You talk about Gabi Melby. She started her career at UT Martin, which is where Darby Maggard was an assistant coach. Darby takes the job here, comes back closer to home, brings Gabi along with her, and now the 3 years for Melby have been really, really successful, and she's gotten better and better each year.
Yeah, absolutely. She has become a better playmaker and a better defender every single season that she's played for Maggard and the Foresters. And there's a reason why the other ladies on this team look up to her as one of their leaders, because she's a rock steady player.
Rodriguez spins away, back to their playmaker Summers, falls away, good defense by Nelson. Williams pulls down the offensive rebound, shot clock did not reset. Summers looking to pull from 3, just made one. Goes to Rodriguez, she fires quick, that one too strong, another O board by Lacey Summers. Rodriguez working against Melby, plenty of contact. Williams accidentally tapped it perfectly to a teammate. Another offensive rebound as Moore is going to work inside, and she'll have a couple of free throws because of that hard work.
Yeah, she is causing havoc for the Foresters with her rebounding. She is showing a lot of effort there. You see Melby trying to box her out, but she uses her height and her strength to her advantage there. Gets the offensive rebound and a chance for some second chance points at the free throw line.
Melanie Moore has 7 points. You can make it 8 and 9 rebounds to go along with it. So she's someone with her and Williams inside. This team's going to be hard to out-rebound because Moore at 6 foot, Williams at 6'2". They're athletic as well. They're not just tall. They're in there working hard. And this Warriors team, they're picked 4th in their conference preseason. Wouldn't be surprised to see them jump and get better because they're a young team as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's always hard to rank younger teams because you just don't know what kind of leaps their players will take, as Melby once again hits from long range.
Usually it's Melby going to Kellum. That time it was Kellum going to Melby. And Gabi's leading the Forester scorers now with 16. She's just 2 assists away from a double-double as well as that one goes out. Melby is a streaky shooter. Sometimes you see her unable to knock down the 3 ball for a stretch of games. Other times, you see her put up 40-plus points like we saw last year in one of the first home games. So it's kind of like all shooters. Some nights you feel good, some nights you don't. Some months you feel good, some months you don't. And tonight, it's obviously been pretty good after a little bit of a rough play against Indiana Tech in the first game. All right, we're going to take another media, 68-50. This is the last one here tonight, and we'll be back for the final 7 minutes inside Platt Arena.
We've got a timeout on the floor.
We like to do a fun thing here at FDN Sports. Comment on our live stream. We'd love to hear where you're watching from, who you're watching. If you're a Rochester Christian Warriors fan, tell us where you're watching from. We'd love to give you a shout out. Preston Husband, Ryan Holzapple. We're here a lot this week. We've got 5 broadcasts in 4 days on FDN Sports. And if you want to tell us where you're watching, who you're watching, we'd love to get that covered for you and go from there. HU right now up 68-50. Awesome graphic there by Jonathan Peters. One of the refs is over here checking in to see what's going on with the media timeouts. In women's basketball, I think it's usually under the 5-minute mark. We took it at 6:58, but we also already had a media there.
It seems
away.
like they're a little bit too close. As like you said, we saw the timeout around 9 minutes, and now we have another one around 7 minutes, which usually does not happen in
I'm not exactly sure.
women's basketball.
We do have Jeff and Betty Shepard watching from home. They're one of our most popular viewers. I mean, they just are always tuning in, no matter what sport. They've got 2 daughters. One of them just finished up her career on the women's soccer team. Sophie Shepard, just a sophomore, going to be a junior. Izzy Shepard, she's going to come here next year. Really good shooter from Carmel, Indiana, much like her father. And I've also gotten news that Sophie Shepard, the soccer star, is going to play on the JV basketball team. How crazy is that? Yeah.
I did not know she was a basketball player. She's such an elite soccer player, very good goal scorer for the Foresters.
Should make an announcer team, I think. I need to get in maybe a little better shape before I do that, but we could have some fun with that. I saw you win the contest here in the kickoff or the tip-off event.
I don't know if I'm in enough athletic shape for that.
Nice move by Summers as she's starting to have a nice second half. Got Bella Whitmer checking in Annika Nelson here tonight. Bryant 10, let's go Foresters. And Justin Price, go Foresters, watching from Marysville, Ohio. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We hope you enjoy all of our FDN broadcasts. We keep getting better here every year. Here's an Ohio native in Liv Raby, who gets another easy bucket right at the rim.
That's her 14th point of the evening. She is playing very well for the Foresters. She's having a lot of dominance inside, and she looks to continue that.
Well, it looks like Justin Price is tuning in, his daughter Allison Price, an HU commit. So thanks for tuning in. We're looking forward to see Allison in the Forester white and green. Right side drive, Rodriguez fouled. That shot put up by Moore doesn't fall, but she'll have 2 free throws. Linda Scott, go Foresters, watching from Indianapolis. Watching Tegan Akers, number 30. She's had a nice start. Didn't get a ton of playing time last year, but has been more in the mix this year. Sometimes it's tough to get in the groove, the speed of things as a freshman. She's had a big 3 here in the first half, in fact, right in front of us when we were spectating, not commenting.
Yeah, she's a good shooter. She's another player kind of like Kendall Yoakum that comes off the bench, and they like to use her for her length on defense, her athleticism, and then again for her shooting, as they like to put her in the corner for spot-ups.
Summers gets a rebound and a score. That cuts it to 16, as now Summers is scoring in a hurry right now. She's put up 11, and a lot of those have come over the last few minutes. Raby, backdoor pass, Melby, who smartly goes behind the defender and scores.
And she just completely fooled Ashley Loon there, just got right around her, and she had no idea where Gabi was, but it was too late.
I think the ball movement has been excellent tonight by HU. Here's another run out. Melby had the last two, goes against the taller Summers and scores it again, her first 20-point performance of the new year.
And she will likely have some more of those this season. I mean, she is, I would argue, the leader of the team. I've been saying one of the leaders. I would argue she is the leader and one of their best offensive weapons.
Summers trying to keep the hot hand. Kellum ripped down the initial rebound, taken away by Tambry Williams, who scores plus the harm. This freshman, she's someone to watch out of New Baltimore, Michigan. Talked about against D1 Oakland. That's actually where Zach Goodline started his career. So against the women's side, she had 10 rebounds. And then against Marion, who's always one of the top teams in the country, she added 10 more. So Williams is a ferocious rebounder, and we saw with that left hand has some good touch as well.
Well, and it's a big deal to be 6 foot and have that athleticism that she does, especially in the Crossroads League, as there probably aren't as many players that are as tall or as athletic as she is, and so that's why she's able to rebound so well. It's a really good steal there. Moore is causing all sorts of havoc.
Grace Christian trying to go quick. JC Summers, shot fake into the lane. This is one of her favorite moves, and for good reason. She's got a chance to get this as close as it's been in a while. With a free throw, it'll make it 14. And that's what she's trying to make her total. That's her 12th and 13th point of the night. And we've got someone watching from Okemos, Michigan. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but saying go JC. She's putting on a show at the moment. She's up to 14 points, and that's what the Forester lead is.
Well, JC really struggled besides hitting 2 shots in the first couple of quarters, but she has come alive here when the Warriors have needed her the most.
Huntington going to be called for an illegal screen. You start to see that lead get around 10-9, and you think, man, anything can happen. We've seen HU have struggles with turnovers in the past.
Well, we've also seen HU have some miracles happen against them and miracles happen for them in basketball games, whether the men's or women's teams. So anything can happen in basketball, as it is a momentous sport. It really relies on momentum.
Open shooter left side, too strong, actually hit glass before rim. Melby again pushing the pace. Kellum fires in transition. That's a big shot for the sophomore.
And she needed that to go down, as finally she makes another 3. She's been struggling a little bit from 3-point range throughout this second half, but a big shot for Kellum.
Kellum nearly broke the school record for threes in a season as a freshman last year. She's on pace to be the 2nd leading scorer in school history. That's after a freshman year with over 500 points. Kendall grabs the miss. Melby again out in front of the pack, and maybe got a little ahead of herself as she loses that one out of bounds.
And if you're keeping track of Melby's totals, she officially has her first double-double of the season. A very impressive stat line of 20 and 10.
Very, very impressive. She was the leading assister on the team last year. In her junior year, she averaged almost 5 assists, 4.9. She's looking to go over that this year, and the scoring is obviously a bonus as well. Nice pass, Rodriguez from the corner, continues her hot night.
She brings it right back down to 14, and with Rodriguez playing the way she is and Somers starting to gain a little bit of traction here on offense, the Warriors could make a nice little run here.
Rodriguez leading all scorers now with 22. Kellum looking for back-to-back trays. That one skips off the rim, pulled down by Rodriguez. Demi with her head down, working through the center of the court. Got it on the left wing. She's ready to pull. She does, just off the front iron. Rebound again by Moore. Goes through the defense, nearly scores, and a couple more free throws. This team is really a hard-working team, especially on the offensive boards. They will work you to death down there, and thankfully for the Foresters, they've worked this bigger lead. Right now, Rochester Christian is going to work on the O boards.
I mean, yeah, they're doubling the Foresters on offensive rebounds. They have 13 to 6. And then you add with off those rebounds, they've gotten 15 second chance points, and that's a huge deal for a team that's been struggling. Their offensive rebounding has really kept them in somewhat striking distance.
That goes up, too strong. Akers pulls it down. Free throw miss, both of them actually by more. Those are big misses, could have cut it to 13 or 12. Raby, 2 defenders, finds the open Akers. Transfer Sullivan in the game, feeds Raby, who scores again. That is her go-to move, up and under. Kind of flips it up with the underhand shot, scores it again. Quickly back the other way, response down by Lucky. And a timeout by Coach Ocampo, as that makes it a 13-point game. It's a full timeout. We'll take our final break, 2:12 left. HU in control.
This is a Warriors.
79-66, this high-flying Foresters offense, something we got used to last year. You take a look, and we didn't get a chance to really talk about this in the first half, because we didn't get a chance to talk about it. But Coach Darby Maggard is in her 3rd year now, so you take a look at what she's done as a coach now, Ryan. She's gotten better each year. Her first year, it was a little rough, but she was learning her roster. She didn't really have her own recruiting class. Brings in someone like Bailey Kellum, like Kendall Yoakum, like Olivia Raby, Tegan Akers, all these different pieces. Last year, they go 9-9 in the conference, and they battle back. And then tonight, in her 3rd season, you take a look at it. They're still playing her style, 27-57 from the field. 31 of those shots from deep. They're holding the opposing team 8 of 25 from 3. You look at the turnovers. Yes, maybe 13's too many, but it's much. You know, it's still less than the opposing team. 20 assists, that's a big number that sticks out.
Well, the 20 to 13 assist to turnover ratio is always good. You always want to finish the night with more assists than turnovers. That shows that you're taking care of the ball better than you're turning it over. And that's something that the Warriors have not done with a 7-16. So they're having a very bad night when it comes to keeping possession of the ball. The Foresters have done very well with that.
Foresters running some different looks out there as far as lineups, but Raby keeps scoring no matter who's out there with her.
Raby, another tough bucket inside. She is the premier paint scorer on this Forester team, and they like to get it to her when she is feeling it, because when she gets going in the paint, it is hard to stop her.
18 points, 9 rebounds for Liv. She's coming off a game where she scored 22 against Indiana Tech. She likes seeing the Warriors. Good defense inside. Rodriguez gets it back. Free throw line extended. Steps back from 18 and knocks it in.
That is a very smooth shot for Rodriguez there. Just a quick step back pull up. That is a tough shot, but she hits it with ease.
She's got 24 now. 13 is the lead. 1:18 left. Sullivan inside Raby. Looking for a second straight 20-point game. Can't quite get the roll. It's pulled down by the Warriors. See if Liv gets one more chance at that. She's off to a fine start. Her 2nd year here for the Foresters. Rodriguez, Hezzy, finds a teammate, gets it right back in the corner. Feeds inside, more bumped, and scores anyways.
Basket's good by Melanie Moore.
And really strong effort in this second half from this Warriors team. Just found themselves down a little bit too much from that first half, and too much of a hill to climb.
Sullivan, talked about her being a transfer. Played her high school ball at Homestead. Sheets goes through the lane. She's fouled. Got a chance to shoot some free throws. Sheets, she's from right up the road as well, Columbia City. Played 4 minutes in her first career game against Indiana Tech, 0 for 2 from the field. So this is her chance for her first couple.
Or no.
I guess not. Oh, she might get some free throws.
Looked like they called the foul before her gather. But she really shows her speed there. She's a fast player. She gets up and down the court really fast and was able to get a quick first step on her defender there.
Nelson finds Sullivan. She's yet to shoot it in her Forester time here. This one's handed off. Sheets finds Akers. She likes that spot. That's too strong. Shank fighting for the board, keeps it alive. Shot clock resets, not much of a difference. You can see 1 second right on the dot. So HU could take one more shot, or they could try to run this out. We'll see what Coach Maggard decides to do. Either way, it looks like they're going to collect their first win of the year against a Rochester Christian team that's really solid, and the scoring might not be done yet as Shank has 2 free throws coming her way.
Solid production from Shank off the bench. 4 points, 4 rebounds, a chance to add to it right now, but she's been very effective.
Shank rolls that one around and in. 5 points. It's new, but it's a career high. College career. And add one more to it. 83-70. Rochester Christian, a chance for one more shot. Backdoor cut, that's out of play, and they'll have a chance to throw up one with 1.7 seconds left.
I just expect Rodriguez to just shoot a tough one right here. It's for 27 or 26 points for her.
22 is a long ways from the hoop. Moore shoves one up, and that takes us to the end of this one. The Foresters collect their first win of the year against a tough Rochester Christian team, 83-70. Offense firing on all cylinders here tonight, and that is the bounce back that Coach Darby Maggard was looking for this evening.
Yeah, absolutely. After a tough loss against Indiana Tech team who, like you said, is very good, to come back into your home arena in front of your home fans on Halloween night and take a win against a team who really gave a lot of great effort the entire game, especially in that second half. They started to gain momentum, but to have the strength and the persistence to keep the lead and hold it is very impressive.
Foresters did it in a very balanced way tonight. They had 3 players in double digits. They also had Hartso with 9. Kendall Yoakum added 8. Addie Shank with 6. Annika Nelson had 5. Tegan Akers threw in 3. Really nice shooting night for the HU home team this evening. They shot 46.7%, 14 of 32 from deep. They're going to shoot a lot of threes, and they're going to make a lot of threes. They broke the school record last year for threes in a season. They're looking to do that. And 13 of 17 from the free throw line is going to work most of the time as well.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the big parts of the game is getting to the free throw line, but once you get there, you have to make it. And that was something that the men's team struggled with when we did our last broadcast, but it's also something that the women's team struggled with last year, even with as many good shooters as they have. But it's good to see that they made the majority of them tonight.
So 28 made field goals, 21 assists. That's going to work most nights out. We await the head coach, Darby Maggard, who will join us for a post-game interview. Came over during halftime. She did remember us, so she hopefully will come over.
She's always good about it.
For a full-time interview as well. This time, I'm not sure she's aware that our headsets are working now. I did tell her at halftime that we needed to find a way to get back on the air. We'll see if we can catch her real quick. And it does look like she's heading to the locker room. Probably wasn't aware that we got back on the air. And it looks like she saw us now, so she's going to make her way over. Sorry about that as we try to get Coach Darby Maggard back on the headset.
We will get Maggard on the heads.
So Coach Maggard joins us for the first time this year. It's always nice to join after a win. Well, we didn't have audio in the first half, Coach.
That's okay.
And I told you it's the first time I've watched as a fan in like 3 years.
Woohoo!
And it was fun, but it's more fun to do this.
Amen.
And especially after when your team, 28 field goals tonight, 21 assists. The ball was just hopping all over the place tonight.
Yeah, I thought we shared it really well. That's something that we've been really working on is more movement, multiple actions in a possession, and really, we've got a lot of weapons on the floor on the offensive end, and just making sure that we utilize everything that we've got. And so I thought today we did a pretty good job of that.
Gabby Melby here in her senior year. Efficient is one word to use. 7 of 8 from the field, 3 of 4 from downtown. 20, 10, and 4. The senior leader is showing her poise already in the first 2 games.
She is, she's an incredible leader for our team. I think tonight She just did a phenomenal job of staying steady. As a senior point guard, that's what you want. And she did a phenomenal job. And so, yeah, 20-10-4 is nothing to be ashamed of. I think she's off to a really great start. I'm really proud of her. It's incredible.
So, Coach, you guys have a little bit of a break. You're back here on November 8th and 9th, and then the 13th. So you get to play at home. You guys were pretty good here at home last year. I believe it was 12-4.
Yeah.
In your second year, looking to be better than that this year as
Absolutely.
well. It'll be the Cumberlands. And then Cumberland after that.
Yeah,
so
a little confusing,
that'll take a little bit of prep for us as well. What does the next week look like for you guys getting ready for that tournament?
Yeah, we're going to have an off day tomorrow, just a recovery day, watch some film, really figure out what we need to get better at from this one, and then we'll come back and practice on Saturday and then have a really great week of prep. We've got 2 really phenomenal programs from the South coming in here to the Platt Arena next week, and so we're going to lock in and really focus on us for a couple days, and hopefully come back on the 8th and the 9th ready to rock, because they're great programs.
Gotcha, Coach. Well, thank you for joining us. It's always nice seeing you guys back in Platt Arena. It's a fun team to see here in your 3rd year, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep, congrats. All right, Ryan, we'll get back on the headset. The Foresters victorious tonight. Ryan, we're on camera, so don't do anything crazy. HU victorious tonight, the first win of the year. They're now 1-1. They'll be back here on Friday and Saturday next week, depending on what's going on with our broadcast schedule. We'll bring that one to you. Depending on what that crazy Huntington University men's soccer team is doing. They just won the Crossroads League. But Ryan, the Foresters shoot it well tonight. They share it well tonight. It's a fun one to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. It was, I mean, even though we didn't get to talk about it that much in the first half, obviously for some technical errors, but it was a really fun second half. The Foresters really picked up momentum after that first. There was a little bit of a rough shooting first quarter, but they really brought it back for the home fans, and they did not disappoint, shooting 43% from 3, and that's something they're going to look to do all season.
All right, well, we appreciate you for tuning in from wherever you may have been watching tonight. Preston husband Ryan Holzapfel, the rest of the FDN Sports crew. If you're bored tomorrow night, tune in for Huntington Men's Hoops. They have the Ness Brothers Hall of Fame Classic, one of my favorites.
Always
here
a fun
tomorrow
weekend.
night. Yep, so we'll see you tomorrow night and on Saturday.
Catch and fire. It's on the. He made it! Oh